So there's a little bit of good news for Xbox One X, bad news for PS4. If you're a big PS4 fan, you're probably not going to like what I have to say. But hey, what else is new? You guys never like what I have to say. Anyway, what's up everybody? Crapgamer here with Crapgamer Reviews. Back with another video. Thank you guys for checking it out. It means a lot to me. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic time. So you know what? I'm not a big Michael Pachter fan, right? I've never been a big Michael Pachter fan. Although I have sometimes agreed with them, more often than not I disagree with them. It just so happens that I agree with him with something that he said recently, and this is why. You know, first of all, I guess I'll kind of go over what he's talking about, because it's pretty interesting, right? He says, PS4 and Xbox One exclusive games lineup don't make a difference anymore. And before you jump in and go, oh, this guy's just full of it, he's crazy, you know, it's full of it. We know Xbox has a good lineup next year. Supposedly PS4 does. The Switch had a good lineup this year or whatever. But this is what he said. He says, I think this late in the console cycle, I mean the consoles launched in 2013, who doesn't own one of them yet? Sony's something like 70 million. Microsoft is at like 35 million, so I guess they are 2/3 of the way through. The only people who haven't bought a console yet who will buy one are working people or very young kids. Whose parents will get one for them. And I guess exclusives will bring some people back in who haven't played Mario in a while to the Switch, which is still new, but not something like Halo 6. If you've got Halo, or he says if you like Halo, you got an Xbox One for Halo 5. Then he says Halo 6 will definitely sell a lot to its fan base who already own an Xbox One, but it's not going to drive new hardware sales. It's very different this late in the console cycle. So the reason I think the Switch is so popular is that they launched 2 giant games with Zelda and Mario, plus 2 really good games with Mario Kart and Splatoon. And that's enough for Nintendo fans to say, I have to have this device, which is why the Switch is sold out. That being said, Pachter didn't underestimate the importance of an exclusive like Halo to Microsoft's roster. So he says, to answer your question, yes, any Microsoft lineup with Halo in it is better than any Microsoft lineup without Halo. But, for example, if they had had Halo this year, I would have still said Nintendo wins by a mile. Mario and Zelda in the same year, I can't remember that happening ever. This year, Nintendo won by a mile, but I can't expect them to do that next year. He said next year, Microsoft, with Halo coming out, interesting that he believes that Halo's coming out next year as well. I think it's coming out, looks strong, and Sony's lineup looks fine. I mean, their lineup over the next several years looks good. But I don't think either of their lineup or Microsoft makes a difference anymore. People have already made their minds up, and it was probably driven by, if I want early access to Call of Duty DLC, I'll buy a PlayStation. So he actually raises a really good point. I've said it pretty much all along. When I saw that the Xbox One wasn't selling fantastic or as good as the PS4 right out of the gate for the first couple years, I said, hey, the whole exclusives matter thing isn't really a argument anymore. Reason being is that we play 99% of the times we're playing multi-platform games, and that's not going to change anytime soon. So with that being said, the best place to play the multiplats is the Xbox One X, so I do see that, and you still probably need some exclusives to push some people, because I feel like the X, if it had some big exclusives like say Halo 6 or some new IP coming out next year, you would have people switch over to it, simply because there's a lot of hate for the Xbox One this generation, just for no reason or because of misguided reasons. So hopefully we see that difference soon, but I do kind of agree with him that exclusives are probably the least important that they've ever been in terms of any generation that I can remember. So hopefully, you know, I don't know, like I still like exclusives, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying they're not important just because Xbox doesn't have them, because I do think that Microsoft has a good lineup next year and for the foreseeable future. I'm just saying they're least important out of any generation that I can remember right now. So I will link this article so you guys can check it out. Do you guys agree with Pachter or no? Let me know. Sound off, rate, comment, subscribe. Rack 'em up. Crapgamer out.